A man running naked through traffic.
Another armed and hallucinating on a Lake Worth roof.
A mom accused of leaving her child alone by a busy road.
Those have been top stories in recent months, all believed to have in common the newest street drug, Flakka. It's gone from obscurity to a daily problem for police.
Tonight, News Channel 5's Brian Enton with an exclusive look at the West Palm Beach Police Department's fight against Flakka.
911, where's your emergency?
He has this drug on him called Flakka, and that's what has him hallucinating.
The calls are the craziest.
With the Flakka kept me up and keep me up. I walked like 10 miles.
Val Moore has heard in her 27-year career.
They're like really psychotic. They're screaming, they're yelling.
Her eyes is like she's not herself.
And they're coming in more often.
I mean, it's just an increase of calls since January.
They're all experiencing like superhuman kind of strengths.
West Palm Beach police officer Jennifer Favors went from almost never hearing of Flakka.
I actually had a man running naked down Quadro.
To getting calls almost every day.
It's always something extreme. Or they're trying to jump off the building, they're trying to jump out of a tree.
You okay?
Airplanes. They used to get big. Don't get big like that anymore.
You alright?
Airplanes. The air is toxic.
I know. Shit.
Cops say the Flakka oftentimes is shipped in from overseas countries like China. They send it right over into West Palm Beach and other parts of Florida where the dealers distribute it. And it's actually a chemical called alpha PVP. It is that very high demand and that very cheap cost that is fueling the fire right here in South Florida.
You alright? You okay?
Why are you headed? I need the 34th.
Yo, this shit is crazy, yo. I feel so bad for her. Like, you can't. That's that Flakka, man. South Florida.
She on the block.
This girl is really doing the most right now, yo.
You on the flops.
That shit is not funny, bro.
You on the...
Sam, what do you know about this?
Okay, well, first of all, this is legal and pot isn't.
I know. Good times,
okay.
right?
So Flakka is similar.
And Sam, let me interrupt. I may have misspoke before the break. I said it was available over the counter. I had thought it was available like bath salts. You could go to a head shop and purchase it. I'm hearing maybe not. It's got more of an illicit, but it's cheap. It's like $5 a hit or something.
It is. It's $5 a pop. It's similar to bath salts, but bath salts, their main ingredient was made illegal in 2011, I believe. This, not so much. So this ingredient contains alpha PVP, which is a type of stimulant or upper. Also, its effects are similar to that of meth and cocaine. It lasts 3 to 4 hours. Most of the cases have occurred in Florida, while some have popped up in Ohio and Texas.
Several deputies meet me by gate Hotel 4. Reference a minor, a passenger, a little boy who stole a phone.
A new synthetic killer drug known as Flakka is spreading rapidly across the United States and already causing an epidemic of overdose fatalities and acts of violence.
We're talking about Flakka. Flakka. The drug is called Flakka. Some have dubbed it the insanity drug. And it's everywhere.
It's been described as the scariest drug in the world. More powerful than heroin or cocaine.
This is a synthetic drug that can alter your state of mind, raising excited delirium, body temperature, and literally losing their mind.
They're all experiencing like superhuman kind of strengths.
Or it takes 6 policemen to hold them down. That's a problem.
Psychotic breakdowns, hallucinations,
aggressive, violent behavior,
cannibalism and self-mutilation,
indiscriminate violence when Flakka takes over.
We are living in the context of the end of the age. We are a nation under judgment.
Welcome to stage 1 of the zombie apocalypse. It's been long theorized that controlled substances can bring people closer to the spirit world. Sometimes, however, what comes out of that experience isn't what you'd expect. And right now, our society is being plagued, dominated by an epidemic of controlled substances. In the 1970s, people were talking about peace and love, but nowadays, people are coming back from bad trips and total psychosis. The number of overdoses are up, as are the cases of total zombification, i.e. demonic possession. The dark side opens people up to such possessions through lack of faith and environmental conditions. And while this isn't so much an issue with people of faith or orthodox practitioners, if your foundation is public education, if your dogma is militant atheism, substances like bath salts or Flakka can be the ingredient that pushes you over the edge, an edge that you will never come back from. Weaponized substances such as bath salts and spice are being mixed into just about everything these days. E-cigarettes, chocolates, party drugs, with the intended days to be experimenting with new things. These are not the days to be a party kid. Nefarious agendas are at play, and just about everything out there these days is being spiked with chemicals to do you in. This recent craze of legal highs, for example, has become epidemic in proportion. Coupled with the outbreak of pharmaceutical abuse, heroin abuse, meth abuse, this all has the potential to doom an entire generation like never before. Our message is clear. Don't be a guinea pig. Whatever is out there circulating on the streets these days is experimental in nature. Cities are receiving experimental batches so that the effects can be recorded and analyzed. Now, we'd like to think that most of you out there have the common sense to avoid these types of substances. But if not, let this be a fair warning to you. If what you're into is not 100% natural, if your surroundings and mental state is not 100% positive, whatever you're thinking about is not worth the experimentation. Even alcohol has the potential of channeling in evil spirits. If you go to a liquor store in British English societies, hard liquor is called spirits, and it's called spirits for a very good reason. Again, these are gateway substances, and when they're added to the atheist psyche, anything is possible. If you've ever seen somebody turn bright red while drinking, you're basically watching demonic forces take over. Most times, the affected individuals are unaware, and while most of us dismiss their drunken behavior as simply being drunken behavior, there is something else going on. The dark side is constantly trying to induce what's called mutation by design. It's the main reason why everything you buy is laced with chemical or unnatural substances. They call the food GMOs, with the intended purpose of changing the composition of people from a natural state to an unnatural state, from a natural vibration to an unnatural vibration. And while this gets into the metaphysics of the world at large, what you're seeing here isn't natural, it isn't safe, and it isn't just psychosis. It's what happens when you stare into the abyss and when the abyss stares back.